Marky, and today I believe this is the last Riftstone of the whole coverage of strategies and how you could, you know, use different tactics into diving into each different type of Riftstones, regardless of if you're a small guild, medium size, or large guild. But just to give people awareness of different type of servers, and also that you could implement in different ways when you perform certain strategies. That's what I wanted to say. But here we go. Um, in this case, I believe the last one is going to be in Talus Riftstone, and as you could see, it's like at the ridge or pretty much at the corner of this area. So the best places that you could partake or get into this area, you pretty much have four options. It's with the ant nest area. You have the wild waypoint, and also forest gray claw waypoint. But if you have this boomstone, the wild boomstone, then it gives you, another area that you could not use your just guild stone, but you have, that particular point that you could just, instead of going into waypoints, you could just go to your boomstone or your riftstone, regardless where it is. Like example, these two areas, you may be able to get into there. But as you can see, just to give you guys an update, Whisper got this boomstone, riftstone, excuse me, and also this boomstone. So they trying to have an upper advantage and the edge of, if they're getting challenged, either the riftstone or the boomstone, they have, a higher upper hand into getting into two places at once. So certain guilds will try to take advantage of the close neighbors and to claim it. But regardless of that, if two powerhouse guild members were able to take control one of them, they have the upper hand. So the next time they get into either one, they have a place to set up. But that's a certain other strategies in mind that I will talk to you guys later on in the future. But in this case, let's get to it and get close as possible, or close to the point where you need to do things. Each wave riftstones I've done and have it checked down on my list and make sure it adds up with the map, because sometimes the map can mess me up every now and then. So in this case, this riftstone has the high ground, but this side will be in your favor if you want to use the monsters as an advantage to attack guilds. Each and every guild is not safe with monsters, just to be clear on that. So if you have a strategy, a way to ambush, because as you could see, this is a flat land area. You have a lot of obstacles, of especially the mountain area, if you want to use the mountain as your advantage or disadvantage. But as you can see, this is pretty much straightforward. So if we go to map, pretty much people are gonna attack flank from the side. I don't believe that people would go straight across, because there is so much things and monsters you have to be aware of. So is there any place? Okay, there's hooks here. One hook. Let me check if there's any. No, so I thought there would be maybe 2 or 3 hooks, but no, it's only that singular hook that you could pretty much come knocked in the front door. So this is pretty much straight across, and this is your like left and right. There's technically no back door, so you could either go head on this way because you're looking towards the waypoint, and you know your sides, depending how big is the guild that someone's gonna face, or if you're gonna be protecting the guild Riftstone, excuse me, or being offensive, taking it from them. You're gonna either be flanked in either sides, being attacked by monsters either sides. This is the only way that they could come knocking at your front door, is by this little hook here. They won't be able to bring monsters straight ahead. The only way is, like I said, flanking for either side. And you could ambush an ambush strategy that you can come from both sides, have monsters ready to go and following you, and just, you know, merge the two sides to get the Riftstone, excuse me. That is one tactic in mind to, you know, offensive strategy. But if you want to be defensive and protecting, the only way I could see is kind of do the reverse ambush. So if there is no guild coming in yet and they're still strategizing and they're leaving the timer and go down a little bit, you could take some of these monsters and have them right here at the door of the side, and same thing on your left side, and have that control of monsters getting ready for, if they come towards your either side, the monster is going to be attacked first before you will. That's the reverse ambush strategy of protection. But also keep in mind, you need to have a heavy duty tank here. You need like maybe a group of 6 tanks right here ready to go, because once people trying to hook themselves up and get up here, you could just chain hook them and slam them back down. So you could probably, if they're coming like this way, I'm just giving an example, people are trying to come in, you could just do the reverse, jump down and chain hook. So that way they're like, oh shit, I was here a minute ago where I am, and then you put them straight back down and just, you know, get back up there if possible. Yeah, get up there and just ready, because that's a way for to confusing your opponents or enemies or rivals, whatever you want to call them. But keep in mind, they might use this circle of monsters and bring them close by. So if you do reverse chain hook, they're they're gonna get smacked with the monsters there as of offensive defensive strategy for they could escape if they're about to be bodied down. But you know, that's an idea. But also, you could just chain hook them as they chain hook and just take them out from there. That's why I would say mages and maybe two archers, but mostly tanks here. And or you know what? Also, you could have two crossbow player, yeah, crossbows players, and do Beyblades. So if there's like several people coming here, boom, you just annihilate them. And if they bring monsters there. So this tactic, you need assassins, assassin line, and tanks, and maybe two mages in order for you could counteract different types of players, and also have rangers in the back so they could do that spread shot arrow blast to hit multiple players. So the AoE attack, same idea as this side. So you can knock out monsters and some allies, or if the allies still have half HP, the next set of spread shot AoE attack, it would just take them out. Because you have to think of it as military tactics, or um, the history wars, what they did, like George Washington. They had a line row of um, firearms. Once they, I think, bayonets, and they shot in a row. Once the first platoons shoot, then they go recharge and refill. So the second wave of the platoon start shooting the same thing. So it's like a how do you call it? It's like shifting a gear. One gear going up, one is down. So when you shift that gear, that second gear will be up and the other one down. Think of it like a piston. So a piston, what's the um what does it do? The pretty much pistons just goes up and down, up and down. So you have to think of it like that, of a certain gear, that to have that motion, something has to go down first and then something has to go up. So one row shoots the AoE and they have to wait for their cooldown. The other person of that second row throws that same AoE, and then they have to wait for a cooldown, and the other one is about to have it ready, fully charged, and you know, you keep that chain going. It's an idea, um yeah, there is several things that you could do that can be effectively. But in this case, like I said, depending how big is your guild and how small your guild is. And if you're facing the odds. So, if you're a small guild, the best strategy in mind is I'd say having a wall. A wall kind of like a end. So from this point here where this golem is, so but pretty much right here. And then depending how many players that you have active and how small your guild is, then you just want to spread out just a tad bit, like here, here, and here, and then you vice versa, that you keep going. This point because of that hook, so you need someone here. And here, so you just trying to do your best to cover it, the whole map. So like that. That's to break down how much players that you have active and how small your guild is. So that's a good example where you could put bodies there for you could take down maybe a big guild, medium-sized guild, or same small guild if you're facing two small guilds. But if some cases you're fighting the odds of higher number and lower number, that is the only way to separate yourselves. But also do your best to decrease separating yourselves, because you might have one healer or maybe two. With that, you need to spread out the healers evenly, for they could have a good amount of coverage from both sides. So you're not technically protecting. You're not even going on offense or defense. You're pretty much stalling. That's your best way to handle certain odds, is just to stall. And it's a name game changer of how to have a certain advantage if you're stalling. Because I would show you certain ways to stall, but I have to finish every riftstone and maybe boomstones after. But I will give you guys some advices, techniques, tricks, strategies of certain kinds that is basic, but also a little bit towards advanced. And I'll probably slip in advanced or expert strategies, but depending on my mood. But yeah, that would be the only way that I could see. But also, you have to be wary of the mountain, because it could be in the beginning of the game, people will start trying to be a little cheeky, and they want to go a little crazy at times. And just to what do I want to call it, they want to shake you up a bit. because that's how I would see things. Certain guilds and certain players will try to take advantage of a scare factor. And that involves on certain tactics and strategies. If you could scare your opponent, regardless, shit. Hold on, give me a second. Shit. Oh, perfect. No, hold on. Someone's using Eclipse. Chain hook. Good thing I'm in a peaceful area. But here you go. This is an area that they could go. You could use the advantage in offensive and defensive strategy. And depending if it's in the beginning or haven't even started yet, you could pretty much be up here and wait till a signal, because I could see the Riftstone right here. So till like your guild member says it's okay, you just land and you could pretty much dive bomb. So once they give you a signal, bam. You could do it the reversal, a dive bomb that you have to be up there and wait, playing the waiting game and make sure no one sees you. That's strategy in mind in order you could take advantage or get the upper hand on certain guild members. And if you're you know, trying to take away this Riftstone, or you're trying to reclaim your Riftstone or keep your real Riftstone protected, that's, you know, a thing that you could do. There's many things, many strategies that you could partake, but mostly, like I said, is ambushing and the reversal ambush from both sides to flank the Riftstone or Booststone, Riftstone, and to protect either or to, you know, to snatch it. That's what I see how you partake in this area. Because since there is no, you know, there's no point to scout. However, if you want to scout, best area is that rock here, and if you're able to land this pillar door, and also where this person is, if you have a bigger guild. If you have a smaller guild, don't waste your time to scout. Work on the numbers and use your numbers that you have into a advantage state, because you could take advantage, be the underdog if you're on the odds. Just saying, because it is possible, it can be done. Just that, like I said, stall if you can, and if it's possible, and if you can't, best way is not defending the Riftstone. You should play at your strength. If you have the numbers to defend and protect, do that. But if you don't, and if your advantage and your strength is attacking, use that to your advantage. Use areas that, remember what I have told you. If you have the high ground, you have an advantage. If you're in disadvantage that you're not able to get the high ground, don't get close of their range. Let them come to you. When they're able to come to you, play tag if you can till you find a certain area that you can take cover and they're chasing you, and then you go for the kill. But make sure you're not at range, because there are certain players that are fast as hell. There are certain players as slow as hell, and somewhere in between. You have those different players that use those different strategies, being slow or being fast as fuck. So use that knowledge and information. Who is squishy? Who is tanky as hell? Who is, this? Who is that? You have to ask that who, what, where, why, and how. Always ask the why mostly. But other than that, that should cover most of certain tactics that you could use and implement any other Riftstones, and even here. Any tactics and strategies that I have mentioned, just the other Riftstones, including here, you could mix them up and switch it up and use different pieces, because they're all universal. All you could implement in your strength and weaknesses. So there you have it, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. If there is another Riftstone, I will cover it, but till then, I believe and I think I am finished with all the Riftstones. So stay tuned for my next video, or whenever I want to release another video of strategies and things like that, because that's where I want to get into a little bit more with each and every one of you, regardless what server you guys are in and what region. It could help and benefit you all. Knowledge is power, and information is power. Of talking about games and strategizing and how you could take advantage certain gamers, because there are gamers that don't have patience. Use that to your advantage. There are gamers that has patience, like myself. I have plenty of patience on things like games. So think about that. Ask questions. It's very useful if you ask questions. So please leave a comment if you have any ideas, or if you want to know something. Please feel free. If not, that is okay. But it would be nice if you guys do me the honors and the favor. Please give me the like, subscribe, and share the video. That'll, I would really appreciate that. So I'll see you then. Peace.